Today my topic is quadrilateral. Okay. Now, as soon as we enter in the world of polygon, we have to face the polygon triangle. So let us see first how a triangle is formed and in which case the triangle will not be formed. Okay. If we are having three collinear points, then and we want to say that how many triangles will be formed passing through A, B and C. There will be no triangles. There will be no triangles. But when we are having three non-collinear points, then we can have a unit triangle. So we say that through three non-collinear points we can have a unique triangle. So three non-collinear points in a plane we can have a unique triangle. Okay. Now let us go ahead to the next polygon, that is known as quadrilateral. Let us take 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Means, and they are collinear. How many quadrilaterals will form? No. If out of the 4, 1, 2, 3 and this one, 4. How many quadrilaterals will be formed? No quadrilaterals will be formed. Because if you join them, then it will be triangle. So, in which case, from the 4 points, you can have a quadrilaterals thing. If out of these 4 points, no 3 points are collinear, then in that case, a quadrilateral will be formed. What I am telling? If out of the 4 points, no 3 points are collinear, then a quadrilateral will be formed. For example, here A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D are 4 points, and what we see that no 3 points are collinear. And then when we join these points in order, order is also essential. A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to E. It is quadrilateral. Why I am telling order? Let us see. A, B, C, D. Suppose if you join A to C, C to D, D to A, and what? D to B. You join all the 4 points. A to C, C to D, D to A, and A to B. Is it quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is not formed. Though you join all the points. So, the order is necessary. Order is necessary. Here, A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. So, the quadrilateral is formed. It is a closed figure. But here, we A to C, C to D, and D to A and A to B, after all the quadrilateral is not formed. So, what we say? On joining the 4 points in order, when no 3 points out of the 4 are collinear, the plane figure so formed is called a quadrilateral. I am clear? In a quadrilateral, there are four sides, AB, BC, CD, and DA. AB, BC, CD, and DA. There are four angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. And there are four vertices, A, B, C, and D. And one term comes when we study quadrilateral, diagonal. What is diagonal? A line segment joining the alternate vertices of any polygon is called diagonal. Okay? Actually diagonal, okay, comes into existence from the quadrilateral. Okay, it is found in quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon. Okay, its existence comes into being from the quadrilateral. So what is the definition? A quadrilateral is a line segment joining the alternate vertices of a polygon. For example, here, if I start from B, okay, leave C, join B to D. Now, start from C, leave D, and then join A to C. So, in a quadrilateral, there are two diagonals. In a quadrilateral, there are two diagonals. They are AC and BD. Normally, there are formulas of diagonals in a polygon. You should know. If there are n sides in a polygon, then number of diagonals in that polygon n into n minus 3 by 2. Okay? Now let us see how the number of diagonals are calculated. Here, if the number of sides is 4, then the figure polygon is called quadrilaterals. So, using the formula n into n minus 3 by 2. What will be here? 4 into 4 minus 3 by 2. It means 4 into 1 by 2, that is 2. So, in a quadrilateral, there are two diagonals. In a pentagon, number of sides when in a polygon is 5, that is pentagon. So, let us see how many diagonals will be there. Using this formula, 5 into 5 minus 3 by 2. 5 into 5 minus 3, 2 divided by 2. So, in a pentagon, there are 5 diagonals. Let us see in hexagon. In hexagon, there are 6 sides. So, the number of diagonals will be 6 into 6 minus 3, using this formula, divided by 2. 6 into 3 by 2. 3 3 are 9. So, in hexagon, there are 9 angles. In heptagon has 7 sides. So, let us see how many diagonals are there. 7 into 7 minus 3 by 2. 7 minus 3, 4, 4 by 2. So, in heptagon, there are 14 diagonals. In octagon has 8 sides. So, the number of diagonals will be 8 into 8 minus 3 by 2. 8, 8 minus 3, 5, 5 by 2. 2 4 jar 8, 4 5 jar 20. So in octagon there are 20 diagonals. In nonagon has 9 sides. So 9, using this formula, 9 into 9 minus 3 by 2. It means 9 into 6 by 2. And this is 27. Lastly, in decagon has 10 sides. So, if you use this formula, then there will be 10 into 10 minus 3 by 2. If we calculate, then 10 into 7 by 2. 2 5 jar 10 and 5 7 jar 35. So in decagon there are 35. In decagon there are 35 diagonals. Normally a quadrilateral is classified into two groups. One is convex and other is concave. Okay, so let us see what is convex polygon, convex quadrilateral, and what is concave quadrilateral. Both are quadrilateral because both are having 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this figure 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is also quadrilateral. But what is the difference? Let us see. If we take any two arbitrary points, within the figure and on joining these lines, the line segment completely lies within the figure. Such figure is known as convex. In the terms convex polygon and in the terms of quadrilateral, convex quadrilateral. Now look here. Suppose if you take these 2 points, it lies completely. But the definition is, if you take any 2 arbitrary points, arbitrary means sweksha se. Suppose we take these points. What we find? This line segment does not lie completely inside the figure. So such type of quadrilateral is known as concave quadrilateral. Okay, and there are some difference. In concave quadrilateral, diagonals, one of the diagonal is outside the figure. Why? In convex quadrilateral, both the diagonals lie within the figures. And second difference, in this quadrilateral, one of the angle is greater than 180 degree, concave, while it is not so in case of convex. Now, the convex polygon is further factorized into many quadrilaterals. Since I am interacting with quadrilateral, so I mean to say that the convex quadrilateral has been classified into many quadrilaterals and their names are such as trapezium, and the most popular quadrilateral is parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square, and kite. In class 9, trapezium, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle and square are static. Okay, at wide level. Let us see its definitions one by one. A trapezium is a quadrilateral in which a pair of opposite sides is parallel. A trapezium is a quadrilateral in which a pair of opposite sides is parallel. Then what about the other pairs? Other pairs may be parallel, may not be parallel. Second, parallelogram. A quadrilateral in which both pair of opposite sides are parallel, then that quadrilateral is known as parallelogram. Means AD is parallel to BC and AB is parallel to DC. Rhombus. Normally you can say that a rhombus is a quadrilateral in which all the four sides are equal. AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. And actually rhombus is a parallelogram also. A rectangle. Rectangle is a quadrilateral in which every angle is 90 degree. A rectangle is a quadrilateral in which every angle is 90 degree. And a rectangle is also a parallelogram, you can prove. A square. What is a square? A square is also a quadrilateral in which all the sides are equal and each angle is equal to 90 degree. And kite. Kite is a quadrilateral in which both pair of adjacent sides are equal. I mean to say AB is equal to AD and BC is equal to CD. Later on we will discuss its property and later on we will discuss its property separately and their relations. Okay? If you like this video, then you will give your response. Thank you.